a really fun matchup to watch. And these are both characters where it's like they have pretty well-rounded kits in a lot of ways. Forsburn a little more defensively oriented, Zetterburn a little more offensively oriented. And those kinds of matchups usually just make for a pretty good time. I think these are also both characters just do a decent job of, like, playing against each other's game plans, too. Because Zetter's definitely a character that can find himself struggling a bit if the opponent... Like, his range is pretty decent for, like, you know, being a spacey archetype. But when he plays against characters that have a little more disjoint than him, that's when things can get kind of irritating, I find.
Because they still have they can outrange, and the frame rate isn't too much a big difference.
Yeah, and Forsburn is very much like a character to play into that, but then conversely, like, I think Zetterburn, you know, just has, like, a much more threatening offense. Not to say Forza's combos are, like, bad, but Zetter's offensive presence is way stronger, and being able to, like, Fireball being such a low commitment projectile is really good for clearing smoke. Whoa. The down B, and that's just gonna kill some unfortunate DI there, it seems. Back on stage, and instead of DIing that out, that's really fun. That's funny for me to see, because I do the exact same thing where I'll, like, DI out on, like, strong moves at low and mid percent, and I just get sent, like, way further off stage than I expect to.
Well, yeah, there's that, and, like, part of the other thing for that for me is I'm so used to drift DI.
Yeah,
so, like,
right?
I've definitely had moments where, like, even, like, a bit of a higher person's like, I will DI out this move, and then drift in, I will be fine, and I fucking explode. Like,
yeah.
Or I'll just have this one's more of a skill issue, I'll just be like, oh no, it's not too big a deal that I DI'd this wrong, I can drift DI in, I'm not getting punished for it, and then I get punished for it, because this is not Rivals 1. I'm too old.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a little bold to just kind of do the clone summon right in Hazel's face, but it does work out.
It's fun.
The up throw, ooh, nice back air. And yeah, Ledgehog basically dead even going into the last stock, and really that's what matters most. Can I just say, I really like the Opera 4 skin, like, until he gets the 3 smokestacks. The skin is so ugly with smokestacks, and it makes me so mad, because the base version is, like, the best 4 skin, maybe?
Yeah, no, I do quite like the 4 skin.
It's such a shame. It just does not need to be that, like, I feel like the clothes needed to, like, darken even more, and, like, just create a contrast instead of it all just being that faded color, because it just doesn't work. In any case, yeah, Hazelnut's really been able to kind of build up a respectable percent lead here. I think one more just kind of fire into strong combo is going to work out in this game, but Hazel's got to actually get Delta on fire for that to happen, and if we don't see that, it's going to be very likely going in Delta's favor. There we go. That up cape covers a massive portion of that platform. And I think that's one of the things that Force does do a little better than Zetter in, like, at least more situations, is just that the coverage that Force can have is absolutely ridiculous. Especially given like...
Clone and everything else.
Yeah.
Force can cover 2 places at once if he needs to. And that's very valuable, and we're gonna get another character who loves doing that. I love Absa!
Yeah,
I'm so excited for her.
I am too, actually. I'm interested. I want to try her. It sucks, because, like, there's so many double jump cancel characters that I think seem really cool, but I'm just like, it's such an awkward mechanic for me to get used to. The only one that I've ever, like, put significant time into was, like, Ultimate Lucas, if you want to count that, and that's, like, a very different kind of double jump cancel.
For everything I've seen from Ultimate Lucas recently, they seem fucked up and evil.
Oh, no.
Like, I started to see people talk about Ultimate Lucas more, and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this character?
He's just randomly one of the most technical characters in the game, for, like, no reason.
For fun.
But, in any case, Rockwall is gonna be Hazelnut's pick. I mean, I guess, the stage is always gonna be a bit of, you know, being willing to gamble and, like,
Yeah, are you gonna get Goog? I don't think anyone goes to Rockwall with pure intentions in their heart.
No. I certainly don't. I mean, I don't really pick the stage that often. Like, I don't mind being taken here, but I don't usually pick it. I'm not that
I pick it a bit
strong.
more because it's a nice stage for Crag.
Yeah. I like it, though.
No, I like the platform layouts a lot.
Delta's...
It's a fun stage to camp on. Not gonna quite close at the stock there.
Both of them super high percent that back air. Not quite going to kill, but I think near the ledge it certainly will.
Oh yeah, no, I'm seeing the full.
Yeah,
oh, no.
The problem is that his his shirt.
They do not look. It gets rid of the contrast between the shirt and the rest of the clothes, so they just look like pink.
Well, it's not that the shirt. Actually, I don't think the problem is that the shirt and the clothes don't contrast. It's that the shirt and Force's skin become the same color. Like.
Yeah, no.
That's the problem.
1 second.
It's not. It's just. It makes me so sad because everything else about the skin is like actually peak. In any case, pretty even game here, but Deltabolt, once again, I feel like it's able to build up, like, kind of a small percent lead and just dictate the pace of the game slightly better than Hazelnut.
You just... That's Zetterburn for you.
Uh-huh.
Zetterburn truly gets to play whatever game he feels like playing. And dash dunk, nice. Okay, nice grab.
Ooh, and then it's gonna be another one.
Fucking dead, yeah. Good tech chases.
Yeah, I feel like that's been just a massive factor in this game in general, is like slightly better coverage and slightly better kind of control of the pacing of the game from Deltabolt. And the blast zones haven't been too significant of a factor. Like even there, I mean, certainly a good ledge hog, and that is
like almost all the kills went off the top.
Huh. I didn't actually know the stats specifically, but yeah, I think you're right. A lot of them have been.
There's an upstream kill from both of them, and then I forget what happened with her stock.
It's the fireball right in Delta's face. Lots of up airs. Wait, this is kind of Hazel's chance.
Ooh! That was scary.
Yeah, oh my goodness. Okay, getting a little bold with
looking for blood there, but sure, yeah, F-tilt kills, fine, whatever. Tilts kill so early in this game.
I mean, to be fair, that was kind of a DI thing. It's also Rockwall. Rockwall does not count.
Kind of a I know it doesn't count. I'm still just mad about dying to like maple up tilt while standing on stage. That shouldn't happen. Sure, if they hit up tilt up air, that's fine. But just up tilt, no. What was that, like, reverse, like, wave dash onto stage jab?
I'm gonna mute for a sec, I'll be right back.
Oh, good. Hi everyone, I'm gonna get the Rivals of Aether 2 stream banned from Rivals of Aether. No. Good combos here from Delta. Not keeping the tech chase going, except, I mean, there's a shield pressure, still keeping advantage. And now Zetterburn is in the lead, because Zetterburn does that. We love Zetterburn. Sorry, I shouldn't be a Zetterburn hater on stream. It's inappropriate. And, oh yeah, you just have combust there. I was gonna be like, you're facing the wrong direction for back air there, but Forgot Forsburn just had the kill online anyways. So yeah, got a stock lead here. Not a huge one, but still nice to have. Especially on this stage, like, as we've said time and time again, like, really, like, once you get a lead, you can really take advantage of that and really keep your opponent from closing it, just with how long you live. Ooh. Minor mistake. Explode.
Alright. Looking pretty good for Deltabolt right now, but we didn't kind of see this in the last game. Where,
yeah, but to be fair, on this league, it's a lot easier to keep that lead going. So
definitely fair.
Especially when you just smoke camp.
We will see. Honestly, that is kind of how Delta's going to want to play this, and it is why you would pick a stage like this, so yeah. I'm also inclined to say I would prefer this a little more as the Forsburn in the situation, so... the pick. What? Ooh, that was almost a kill, damn. Unironically, might actually be like a kill the last patch kind of situation.
Alright, gonna close that out there. 60% on the board.
Yeah, that's not horrible, honestly, but it's definitely not ideal. Oh boy, huge down air. And this is where I think it starts to feel a lot more kind of hopeless.
Yeah, no, now with that percent lead, one good throw, like combo into combust, will probably kill.
Yeah. I'm the combust online. Oh
Fireball,
god, and you don't even need it.
Do not even need that combust. And Delta is up 2-1 on Hazel, who I think Hazel was our 1 seed?
Correct. And mind you,
Yeah,
again,
Delta's
kind of a weird 1 seed situation where I just knew that, like, Hazel, you know, has been other people I've seeded high in this tournament, so I was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna throw you at 1 and see what happens. It's one of those things, being the 1 seed in, I feel like it's, I'm not sure if it's been as much the case in this game, definitely kind of has been, and I'm interested to see if it stays that way as the series goes on, but there's always kind of been like a 1 seed curse in R2AS.
Yeah, I feel ya. I mean, I never actually got to be the 1 seed in R2AS. I think I got seeded 4th the week I won. I was gonna be seeded like 13th that week, I think. But I got 2nd last week. Yeah.
Was that after I started TOing, or was that when Soraya was still the TO?
That was 2022. So I think you were TOing.
Was I? Oh my god. I didn't know I was TOing her for that long, actually. That's crazy.
It's weird to me that was all the way back in 2022, just in general.
But in any case, yeah.
Weird to me that was 3 years ago is the other thing, like.
Yeah, it's tough though. Being the 1 seed in this series, I think it's like there's so many random names. Like we saw with Woody today, for example, that it's like I didn't seed Woody very high. And
sometimes you'll just like get a person who's just been grinding at their locals, wherever. Especially with this game, especially even compared to like Rivals 1, where like you have a lot more like locals. You have a lot more like in-person tournaments where people could just like grind and then they decide, oh hey, I want to play R2AS.
There's less of that in this game actually because we're running on StartGG and locals are usually run on StartGG. I actually do have local data. The problem is that there's so many more people that it becomes pretty difficult to actually like parse local data sometimes. I don't really know what to make of it. What happened there?
You had Delta had wall jump.
A strange
But-
situation to be sure, and Hazelnut really
Yeah, I'm
running.
not
Oh
sure.
my god.
I think you just like say GG go next. I'm not sure how you. I mean, you can try. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say never, but
Oh boy. Almost was the end of the game right there, and
down strong. Oh, sliding across the stage. Honestly, just take a place down strong. Let's go gambling.
there's definitely been a lot of like weird sliding on the stage shenanigans this game, like more so than usual.
Trevor's vision, baby.
But yeah. Oh boy. And big fan.
And yeah, that's that. 3 stock. Nice. That was. There have been many games played in Rivals of Aether and Rivals of Aether 2, and that was certainly one of them.
I had the score wrong that game anyway, so it's fine. So now we're actually 2-2. And Aramata, don't pick Aramata, please.
Oh, this is awesome. I love Aramata.
I don't think you should do this in a game 5 situation unless you're like Fleet. I don't think this is a good idea.
Have you considered that failing the wall jump is really funny? I don't understand why they don't just like disconnect the like hitbox from the visual model of the stage like they did in Rivals 1.
I don't know. In any case, yeah, playing a really dangerous game. And so far, not quite panning out. Ooh, that is gonna be up through into up strong. Yeah, Hazelnut. I'm not quite sure like what he's figured out in this time. I guess I want to say it feels like the punishes are a little more consistent now in these last couple games. And sometimes on Zetterburn, that really is all you need. Is just
all
like,
you need to do is just like get a little bit more out, get those kill confirms just a little bit earlier, because Zetterburn. Mama. That's a spicy That's a spicy fire cat.
yeah,
Gonna make it back.
spicy.
No, you don't. I don't think you. No, you don't. You just, right?
Ooh,
Doesn't matter.
yeah.
You just explode anyways. This is commanding lead for Hazelnut.
And the firecracker working out really nicely there too. Not very often do I feel like that actually becomes like the necessary factor for something to kill, but there it definitely was.
Yeah. I will say I do kind of miss having not having Gates as a starter anymore. Like proper Gates.
we have-
like the Gates platform layout.
I
You
guess.
do have
Godai.
wait, because Godai is
Godai's more of a forest floor, but it's like
yeah.
not a. Doesn't have the blast zones that forest floor had. Oh boy, down strong.
Yeah, Force Floor Blast ones are so funny.
This is tricky because like
I don't know what you do here.
yeah
Hope you take this stock and hope Hazel SDs and like you kill them at 30.
I think you pretty much need to
or just
do,
like win neutral for the next like 3 minutes.
yeah.
Which is possible. It's definitely not undoable. But against a character like Zetter who sometimes will just like shine out of your combo and you just eat shit. It's not in the cards.
It's tough. I think, in my eyes, I think what you really need is just like some good offstage plays. But
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
you need some
like,
really good
Zetter
offstage
early
plays.
here. And that's it. That's gonna be it for Hazel. Was back and forth for a while, but those last 2 games were fucking dominant.
Yeah,
And
that's a tricky
Hazel's gonna
thing.
be